Vietnam's digital economy is being felt all across the country. A report published by collective efforts from Google, Bain & Analysis, and Temasek Holdings found that Vietnam is set to become Southeast Asia's fastest-growing digital economy, growing from about $23 billion in 2022 to over $49 billion by 2025, and is expected further to grow between $120 to $200 billion by 2030. The growth rate set for the next coming years is over 31%, a figure that is far more than any other country, much more than the growth rate of the Philippines' digital economy, which is 20%, or Indonesia at 19%. Such a massive growth rate is driven by four massive sectors: e-commerce, transportation and food, online travel, and social media. E-commerce, specifically, is bound to become the largest, which is complementary to the huge digital financial service industry, set to post over $99 billion worth of payments by 2025. The results of becoming Southeast Asia's fastest digital economy are then taking shape in the form of both startups and foreign investments. Startups, which are entrepreneurs that seek to disrupt the current norm, have been ravaging the many industries of Vietnam. There are a few up-and-coming startups that have even hit unicorn status, meaning that over $1 billion of valuation. The country paved the way for unicorn startups like Momo, which has already crossed the $2 billion valuation as of last December of 2022. The company itself is a frontrunner in the entire financial technology space, which, as of the latest company report, stated that they have over 31 million users, more than 50,000 domestic partners, and over 2,000 employees. Momo likewise is joined with 3 more unicorn companies. VNG, the digital content, social networking, and e-commerce website, has not only proudly become a national brand that took Facebook head-to-head, but it is eyeing expansion overseas, which it had already done so by opening regional offices in Thailand and Malaysia back in 2018. The company had already hit unicorn status back in 2014 when the World Startup Report stated that it had become the first and only unicorn startup in Vietnam. Furthermore, the country also has been amongst the narrow audience company turned super apps that have emerged recently. VNG Corporation's products and services have evolved from the creation of mobile games to financial services and cloud services. Finally, the 2 remaining unicorn startups, which are VNPay and SkyMavis, have been revolutionary and disruptive companies. VNPay is the other frontrunner in the financial technology field of Vietnam. The company has partnered with top-notch banks and has, as of 2020, over 15 million monthly users. SkyMavis, on the other hand, was sort of a unique feat to add to the entire digital hemisphere of Vietnam. SkyMavis is the proud creator of Axie Infinity, the blockchain play-to-earn game that gained ground during COVID-19. At first, it paved the way for new emerging class of people. It was found that in the Philippines, people were making more money in the game than actually working real jobs. However, much like the entire cryptocurrency arena had been compromised dangerously by constant hijackings. In March of 2022, it was reported that over $200 million were stolen from this Axie Infinity project. The rise of Vietnam's digital economy, however, despite its possible difficulties, has still risen to become Southeast Asia's fastest growing. It has come to the point that these startups and a long list of others have also become the most loved brands by foreign investors. It is again reported by a survey from Bain Analysis that Vietnam over the long term is expected to attract more investors, much more than Indonesia, the Philippines, Singapore, and the rest of Southeast Asian economies. In 2021, it was also reported that over $1.3 billion were poured into Vietnam startups, which over the next period of a decade will likely help create the next set of billionaires and disruptors for the country. Part of the reason why Vietnam has become the region's fastest growing digital economy can be attributed to the country's startups, but also because of the government's persistent implementation of policies to support growth. The construction of network infrastructure such as telecommunications, 5G, and the like have been key players in the overall growth of Vietnam's digital economy. Without proper infrastructure to help Vietnamese to connect to the internet, these would not have happened. The strong backing of self-government support, but also likely one can also attribute it to the ever-growing private sector of Vietnam. Vietnam's emergence in the global manufacturing industry has paved the way for technology equipment to be discovered all across the country. Samsung, a dominant player in the entire foreign investment landscape, has paved the way for knowledge in the electronics and smartphone era, which are arguably key players in the entire digital growth. Finally, while we do note that the digital economy is taking great shape, it is, however, still in the limelight of possible issues. There have been serious claims that the Vietnamese government has been surveilling its citizens in the digital world and are further restricting freedom of speech. While technology can be an instrument for growth, it can also be an instrument for control. But anyway, the rise of Vietnam's digital economy as amongst the fastest, not actually just in Southeast Asia, but all across the world, has been luring in the sights of many investors. So what do you think are the challenges and barriers to Vietnam's overall digital economic growth? Let us know down below. Thanks for watching.